Out the door. 6:22 a.m. Where are we? There's the moon up there. There's some flowers and some bike storage. Oh my goodness. This is so pretty. People are still sleeping. Some people are going to the beach. But not TK. TK is going over here to the estuary and to a special place. Well, at least it has a special name. I just got down here, there were a bunch of fiddler crabs. They saw me and they ran. Where are we? Dennis knows. We're not in Dennis. Authentic quahog shell driveway. Where'd the moon go? Yeah. There. It's like time traveling. Usually the and more comes after the forecasts. But how can we not do this right now? Hey, need a hand with that? Nah, I'm good. Everything's fine. I'm getting there. There's it, rhymed. All right, I think it's time to do the weather now. We've reached Hamblin Park. Wellfleet, yes, I'm giving it away. First park donated by Arthur Hopkins and family, 1931. And a name special to my heart. I don't have any children, but I do have nephews and nieces. And we're doing the weather this morning from Uncle's Tim Bridge. I'm picking some berries down there. We'll go find out what they're picking after we do the weather. Outside this morning, it started off with rather low humidity again. A lot of dew points this morning, still in the 50s. Rather remarkable for such hot weather to be such low humidity hot weather. Smoke in the sky, but the term hazy, hot, and humid does not really apply again today. Smoke is fairly high level. And the dew point is actually going to come down a little bit today. It's curious, but it has to do with the way this high pressure system came in from Canada. So the hot air came up from Texas into southeastern Canada and then down across the top of the Great Lakes and into New England at many levels of the atmosphere. And that brings in less humid air. But now this high is getting off to our south, so humidity should come up, at least tomorrow, ahead of these next couple of fronts. The surface analysis this morning is kind of strange, isn't it? There's a dented high pressure system. We call that a weakness in the high, with an actual low pressure system being analyzed there east of Cape Ann, Massachusetts. That's kind of unusual, and that's kind of the hot on the west side of that trough and the less hot on the east side of that trough. Boston just barely got to 90 yesterday. And again today, low 90s in the Boston area, but mid 90s yesterday. Away from the coast, some of the hot spots were in Maine. Freiburg hit 97 degrees. Concord, New Hampshire hit 97 degrees. So record challenging heat yesterday. And we're going to do that again today and tomorrow. And here's the surface map for tomorrow. Those fronts are getting closer, and that all that moisture that's been stalled off to the south, that's going to start coming north. And our humidity is coming up tomorrow with a slight chance for a shower or a thunderstorm in western and northern New England tomorrow as a heat-breaking front comes in. Turn around, look over here with the sun to my back. I was going to try and be coy and make you guess where I was, but I couldn't stop myself. I had to give it away. Yeah, this is one of my favorite places on the planet, not far from where I grew up and attended school and everything. So I didn't go to meteorology school here. I went to meteorology school. I took HVAC at Cape Cod Tech, and then I took HVAC of the Globe at Linden, Vermont. And my buddy from college is here. He's Jim Cantori's roommate. You all know that, right? He's off surfing, sunset session this morning. I mean, a sunrise session this morning. There we were at sunset yesterday. And so, yes, we do surf near sharks, but we're aware, and they say it's a slower season for seals and sharks this year. We've got that going for us. And what else do we have going for us? Let's go to the Manchester 10-day forecast, and it shows the heat continuing tomorrow This big curve here starts the next day, still in the mid 90s tomorrow, and then that'd be day 4 of our 5th heat wave in New England, and then heat denting front on Thursday is looking much more robust now than it did a couple days ago, and heat will come down a little bit for Friday into Saturday before it pops back up Sunday, and then next week looks more comfortable, and next week we're going to be watching a hurricane go by, and it's going to be formidable too. It doesn't look like much this morning. National Hurricane Center says Tropical Storm Erin remained fairly disorganized last night. It's got about 40 knot winds, and it's chugging right along to the west at a fairly high latitude for a system coming off of Africa, but is still expected to become a major hurricane within 5 days as it stays north of the Caribbean and east of the Bahamas, so it may not have impact on land other than really big surf coming in next week. And should we just get right to it? I guess look at the satellite and the radar quickly. I didn't spend much time on this, but the fronts over the Midwest are causing a lot of severe weather day after day, and we still have some smoke in our sky here. And the old front from last week is still off to our south, and another one, that's the real tropical front that's going to kind of come north during the day tomorrow. And the radar shows those heavy storms around Oklahoma and Iowa and down into Texas. So that's the real boundary. And that boundary is going to come at us. So let's go now to the play-by-play using the Euro model. And the Euro model says another hot day today with the showers and storms both to the south and to the west. Our air still light variable with an onshore flow and a sea breeze front. Before those fronts get close enough tomorrow, now we're finally starting to get into more of a south and a southwest wind in most of New England tomorrow, and shower or thunderstorm threat at the Canadian border. And then it's really on Thursday, this front comes in and it looks a lot more active now. Good morning.
Morning.
What are you picking over there?
Beach plums.
Oh, beach plums. All right, that's beautiful. And beach plums. Oh yeah, back to the maps. So the front comes in on Thursday, and it's going to slow down a little bit, and it's going to be much cooler. There's a nice cool high pressure system coming out of central Canada, and that's going to be in here on Friday. And the showers and thunderstorms look more impressive now, but that's been a Thursday thing. So we'll see how that works out. Yeah, I'm distracted. I'm a live audience. I'm hoping I'm not waking too many people up. I got as far away from society as I could right here, but you can't get very far. Oh boy, this is a disjointed forecast, isn't it? All right, so that high pressure system that comes out of Canada is going to be here for Friday into Saturday, much less hot, but then that high gets south of us on Sunday. The heat comes right back in here with the 570 and the 576 thickness coming at us. And now you notice in the lower right there is Hurricane Erin, and it is more powerful than any of the other runs, and it's a little closer today than it was yesterday, but still looks fairly safe. What we're watching is another front come out of Canada on Monday into Tuesday. Whoa. Sorry, a lot of distractions here. Am I near your nest? All right, back to that. All right, I'm going to pick it up again on Monday, because that's a front on Monday is very important. That's going to bring in air from Canada on Monday, and that's going to break the heat. That's the first front is a heat denter, and this one's going to be a heat breaker. And it also brings in a flow from Canada here. So we watch the hurricane go off North Carolina next Wednesday, Thursday. I know that looks close, doesn't it? But it is curving away, and the upper level flow and the surface flow in New England is from Canada, and that is hurricane repellent. So we'll have massive surf, and then we stop this now on Friday, and that would be August 22nd. No, it's Thursday, I'm sorry. Thursday is going to be 8 p.m. August 21st at 8 p.m. I went out to the 8 p.m. because it shows the hurricane just starting to recurve just in the nick of time. So we would be spared a hurricane strike, but we would have big waves, and the isobars from the 949 millibar low stretch into New England. So we may have some wind, not storm force, but wind from the northeast as that hurricane goes away. Huge waves at the ocean, and there's a 1022 high pressure system up over Hudson Bay, Canada. So what is that? That's 75 millibar pressure gradient from central Canada to the storm south of Nantucket. So it certainly will be a spectacle. Okay, I better try and stop doing the weather and focus. Very disjointed, but hopefully you enjoyed the scenery, and it makes up for having no T-Rex or Steve. Really appreciate all the comments of I think it was Greg, a new viewer, just saying it's entertaining to watch the cats and the dogs, and you do the weather, and then the end more. Well, a couple of swallows just went by there. There's condensation trail. We've got conditional instability aloft, and that means if you can get the air parcel to rise and cool and condense, it continues, and that's what is caused by the pressure gradient from a jet plane's wings. And you also have some really high sky waves there of cirrus clouds as we're on a real nice stretch of weather. It's nice to have the heat without the humidity. So record challenging heat today and tomorrow, and then Thursday the heat breaks. And that lobster we walked by is on the other side of that red building over there. I think, no, that the building over there, sorry. Not sure what red building that is. But so nice to come to Wellfleet, old friends here, and I'm kind of coy on where I'm going in my Enmore. I give the trip. We start off at the Weymouth Big Dig yesterday morning, and then I'm like, oh, do you know where I'm going? Do you know where I'm going? So somehow I thought maybe I could pretend that I wasn't already in Wellfleet. I don't know how I thought I could do that, but appreciate your viewership. And here's the Enmore from yesterday. Tuesdays are good if you can get them. Oh, I forgot to say that. It's Tuesday, right? Yeah, it is. It's Tuesday. We're going to the water. Weir is already there. Oh, I have to come over here and check out the beach plums. Yeah. So these are beach plums. And a lot of times there's all kinds of rules on what to do. So they didn't take them all, but it's a little firm. So that one's not ripe, not ready. But there's a whole bunch more beach plums on here. Yes, very beachy. And more from yesterday. Oh, I just missed it. There was some goldfinch or yellowfinch in those weeds and more. 10 a.m. on our back to work Monday, and I can smell the ocean, so there's just a very light onshore flow. The boat's just turned around, so thank you, high pressure system. Probably be a few cumulus forming, and the tide's coming in pretty quickly now, so Luciano's time is numbered. Look at him pushing that mud down there. It's gonna work till the last drop. Okay, his time is limited because the tide is coming in so fast. Oh, yellowfinch. So pretty. I wish I got it. Maybe I'll do a time lapse. He's gonna have to take off here pretty soon. I'll get him taken off down the beach. Quick before I take off down to a beach. Actually, he could come up over the groin and just leave it here until the next tide. That's probably what we'll do. We'll find out though. I'd love to get the concrete rebar crew at the same time as Luciano. Just can't get quiet enough. So we'll just watch this. What zoom factor do you think? That'd be 1 time zoom. No, I'm gonna go wider. I want to see which way. I don't know whether he's gonna exit stage right or left. Obviously, it's already happening. Okay, that's a wrap for this morning. I'm not sure how much we got because the iPhone shut down due to heat. I don't know. They're there cleaning the excavator where it will shall rest until the tide goes back out, probably tomorrow morning, I would guess. We won't be here for that. And the form crew making great progress over there. Oh, it's gorgeous. Monday morning. Glassy water. Very light flow from the east. We're heading south. Temperature check before we leave here at 11 a.m. About 82 degrees, and I don't know if you heard, but Boston declared a heat emergency. I saw that in the Boston Globe, even though there's no heat advisory. Some conditional instability aloft, generating the condensation trails. Got the creepy crawly out of the thermometer, if you remember from yesterday. It's only 85 degrees at 3 o'clock. So maybe Boston didn't get to 90 today. Look at that total subsidence over the ocean, sinking air. Air from the northeast feels pretty good. Hearing a lot of banging down here. The forms are getting strengthened, additional forms. And then you have the updraft, rising air causing the cumulus, the sea breeze front here. We're gonna head south along the sea breeze front and see what we see. A couple of items right here. Dashboard thermometer 95. License plate T-I-M-O. Timo. And thank you, Mayor Headland. I like that one too. Cumulus. Board's still there. You always get nervous, especially with a soft rack. 90. It is 95 in Burlington, Vermont, Concord, New Hampshire, Bangor, Maine. Cooler by the ocean. Boston Buoy is only 72, but it's got a 3-foot swell, 10 seconds. Name the band. Am I getting a copyright? I think I might be worth it. You name the band yet? Never get an inflatable SUP. Just don't balance well. We're cruising right through Yarmouth and Dennis. That's not our destination. We're headed for greener, wetter pastures this time. Did you guess the band? What? Singer's name is Mark Boland. He's left our mortal coil some time ago. Wow, look at those skid marks. That was ironic. Just went through a patch of skid marks. Crazy accident sometime last few weeks here. On the Yarmouth side of Bass River, Mark Boland was very afraid of driving, and guess how he perished? Not surfing with sharks, not skiing off cliffs. I believe it was a car accident. Be careful what you fear. I do not fear surfing with sharks. I respect surfing with sharks. Seals. Now, have you guessed the band and where we're going? We are going to stop here just for a moment.
One great song after another.
It was T-Rex. The name of that band, Mark Boland, Bang a Gong, was T-Rex. He wasn't too proud of that song. I don't remember the rest of the story. All right, next stop, past the Rotary in Orleans. Of course, T-Rex is not with us right now. We're a Lundstedt in tow, and we just went around the Rotary. Jaws is playing at the Wellfleet Drive-In, in case you were wondering. Whenever I get past that Orleans Rotary, get up north of the Wellfleet Drive-In, and I really feel like I'm free. I don't really have any obligations up here other than to go surfing and have fun and eat, drink and play. And grateful to have a couple days like that this summer. No obligations up here other than to chill, catch some waves. Oh, I've already got a copyright. Why not go for another one? My favorite bands, Styx. I've seen them like 5 times. Oh, I should have said, what band is this? Play it out with this music. Nah, gotta get a picture of some waves. Thor, who's Thor? That'd be the god of thunder, TK. And after you get all salty, stop off at the freshwater pond. You'll be the only one here. And rinse off. I'm feeling I'm not checking stickers right now. There's a A ton of these kettle ponds around here. This one just happens to have a nice parking lot. This was a long, dark walk to the tent back when I was a younger man and had to hoof it home from a place that used to be great, but I don't think it's anywhere near as good as it used to be. Cahoon Hollow Beach, parking lot full. You can have that. Look at that guy going by. Yeah, it's the Beachcomber, and it has lost a lot of its appeal. It used to be great, and now it's just a total tourist destination. There it is, the North Atlantic Ocean. You know where we are now? No sticker required after 5. But I think the shower is still open. Very salty water in the North Atlantic Ocean. We've got one stand-up paddler out there, braving the water all by itself. Feels good. You can feel the cool water kind of coming up the hill a little bit. I mean, the cool air off the water.
Yeah, you can sense that there was a slight sea breeze. Look at that right there.
Yeah, so there's a good wave right there with all those people standing there. Are we allowed to surf through the people? That's a surfing slot right there. Well, the thing about the National Seashore, it just goes on and on and on. And then all of a sudden, the wind just picked up from the west, and the temperature just went up 15 degrees. I'm talking like in 2 seconds. Where were we? Mondays and Tuesdays are good if you can get them.
Oh yeah.
It's a little chilly.
First surf session of the summer.
It is not.
Yeah.
Wow. We were just at his first surf session of the summer. New Hampshire guy comes down to Cape Cod. About a 3 foot, 9 seconds. Water temperature feels like maybe 67 or somewhere in there. You come down right to the water, the waves look a lot bigger than they do from the parking lot. It can be a challenge getting out, but Weir is a seasoned veteran. Down there somewhere. Come on, don't tease me. You know where it is. First attempt. Piece of cake. Way out there. One of those big ships that goes in and out. Maybe by our house, maybe just out of Boston Harbor. North and around from P-Town. Weir says the sun's not going down for 2 hours. I say, well, we're on the east side and there's a big hill there, so I think the sun is going to be down. So it's pretty close to having to play us out with a time lapse. So nice here. Funny. How far is Weir offshore? You see them? 2 football fields. That's how far you got to go out at low tide. Turn around, go over the swell. It's a great exercise for mogul skiing. up and over these bumps. And Lundstedt makes it look easy. Quick turnaround. Oh, that was fun, Weir. Thanks for dragging me down to the National Seashore, making it look easy.
Yeah, about 40 minutes was enough. Got about 6-8 waves. A little out of shape, but the last one was full on.
To the beach?
All the way to the beach.
That's nice. I just paddled around and got beat up by the waves. And it's not even 7 o'clock and the sun's over the dune.
Yeah.
Can we...
The sun says time until 8. But...
And the crowds down here all seem to be making little fires. Even though it's, what, 85, 90 degrees out. Yeah, all the families, they like to come down to the seashore. Who doesn't? It's a special place here, Cape Cod National Seashore. And dogs are allowed, which is really nice. Funny. Back of this Volkswagen says GFS. And then the back of the 8A Classic Jeep is AMS. Those are weather things, you know. All right, the sun's going down. We've had a good day of travel from the Weymouth Big Dig to here at the Cape Cod National Seashore. So why don't we call it a day? Start playing some piano music. Look at some time lapse. First Cape Cod. That's where we are right now. I'll read what the sign says while you look at the time lapse. Town of Wellfleet Beaches. So it is a town beach on the seashore. Beach safety, swimming safety, rip currents, know your options. Rip currents are strong. Sharks, great white sharks live in these waters. Stay alert. Beach safety, sand collapses easily. Watch your children. Notify the lifeguards in case of emergency. Dogs must be on leash. August 11th, heavy surf equals strong currents. Experienced swimmers and surfers only. Wow, I didn't see that sign. Water temperature 63 degrees. I think that's pretty close to what I guessed. Surf conditions 2 to 4 foot swell. Rip currents, yep. Sand can be hot. Bring your shoes with you and be mindful of dog paws. All right. And the time lapse from Weymouth. It's a W thing. The boat's kind of changing around which way they were pointing today. Fickle breezes. When you have high pressure right over your head, there's not much of a pressure gradient, so heating of the land often dictates which way the air is going to move. Rising air over the land causes the air to come in from the east. Sun gets lower, boats turn around, air comes from the west. More and more and more. And in case of severe bleeding, please call 911. Shred KF for key. All right. We'll be back with more. I don't think we're going to see T-Rex or Steve for another 24 hours. So appreciate your viewership and your comments. Talk to you tomorrow.